Hi guys, Mike back again with the first of many videos about this Warhound Titan project log. So we've started and the box is empty. I'm on leave this week, I'm off from work this week, which is quite nice. And basically I've spent a whole day going through all the bags, making sure everything was there, and making sure there were no problems with the casting, and basically chopping off chunks of resin gates and sorting out flashing and kind of mould lines and things like that. And that's all done, and that's pretty much taken the best part of a day. So the box is empty and it is now all in a bucket. It's all in there, every piece all cleaned up, all sorted out, all these big gates taken off, used with a variety of files and hobby saws and hacksaws, and sort of sanders and Dremels and things like that, which really kind of did the job. Getting everything to fit nicely. Kind of to shave some bits off there, but anyway, it's all good. It's all fits. It's all lovely. So basically, what I'm going to do is fill this up with hot water and put washing up liquid in there and let it soak overnight, really. And that should get all the release agent off, and then I'll go with my scrubbing brush and toothbrush on the smaller parts and get it all cleaned up, and then we'll be ready to build. Other things that we're going to be doing or have arrived today. Magnets. I'm going to magnetize the Titan, and went back to Guy's magnets on eBay. Really cool, really good. So we've got, I'll show you what magnets we're going to be using for the build. So these are some magnets I've got left over from previous builds. Let's get them, they're all stuck together, as you'd imagine. So we've got, bear with me a second. So we've got these little ones. These are 3mm by 1.5mm, and they're going to be used to magnetise the void shields. So that's those. These ones are 6mm by 2mm. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with these, but I've got them, and that's the size I'm going to be using if I do anything with those. And then a slightly larger magnet, 10mm by 2mm, which I might use to magnetise carapaces, or I might use these actually to magnetise carapaces onto body sections. Then what turned up today, we've got some little magnets stuck on there. We've got these ones, which are 15mm by 2mm, and these are going to be used to magnetise the weapons. So this hole here is about 14mm, as it would happen. So I'm going to slightly bore this hole out and then glue, I think, one of these magnets in there. And then with the arm sections I've got, I'll be able to glue the arm into the weapon and then magnetise the weapon arm up into this section here. So I think that'll work quite well. So that's that. So they're 15 by 2s. They're pretty strong actually. I think they've got a pull strength of about 320 odd grams, and the weapons weigh less than 100. So that's going to hold really well. We've got some of the big boys again. These are 20 by 2. Really strong, ridiculously strong. And I tend to stack these, and I'm going to use these to magnetise the body to the hips basically. So that's those. So pretty happy with those. So that's magnetising. So let's put those away. Next up, I'm just going to show you what glue we're going to be using for the build. Those of you that watched previous video will know that the previous Warhound Titan fell out of the cabinet. So he obviously was freestanding. He did have some magnets in his feet, and there were some magnets in the board he was standing on, but obviously they weren't strong enough to hold him onto that board. So what I'm going to do this time is pin him to a board. This is his board. It's a chopping board. I'm going to use it this side up. Once I've adorned it with scenery, etc., you won't be able to see this maker's mark, and obviously you won't be able to see this ridge because this is going to be the underside. But basically this is a 25mm chopping board. Basically it's 25mm, 25cm across chopping board, so that's going to be big enough for the Titan to locate on. And I'm going to do some sort of scenery and then use some threaded rod up into his foot. So we've got a foot piece here, so that's his foot. So I'm going to drill up in here, put a piece of threaded rod, so I've got quite a big gap to drill into, quite a wide area to drill into. Drill some threaded rod in and then drill a hole wherever this foot will be, and then I will sink a hole underneath where I can put a nut in and then screw him up tight so he's not going to fall off this base. I'm not going to have that happen again. So that's the board, that's going to be his base. And then glues. Those of you that watch my previous Titan videos will know the sort of glues I've used in the past, and it's going to be the same sort of things again. For the main construction, and certainly for the magnets and stuff, we're going to be going JB Weld. It's for those of you that don't know, it's the cold weld. It's super strong, really. That's the strongest glue I've ever used. Really good. And these, I'm going to use these on my Reaver, and I used those 20mm magnets to magnetise the weapons to the arms. And as long as you give it overnight and let it go off, they're still stuck today. I mean, those weapons aren't coming off those magnets, so that's a really strong bond. So JB Weld, if you want to stick something that you never want to take apart, JB Weld is the way to go. But all you need to do is make sure that your resin is really clean, because if it's still got release agent on it, this glue will fail, which I'd found out before. But as long as you've got your part cleaned and a little bit scuffed, just to create a key, so the glue will stick, this is the way to go. Where we're not going to be using JB Weld, we're going to be using just regular 2-part epoxy. This is a 4-minute version from Deluxe Materials, so you get your adhesive and your hardener, so that will go off in 4 minutes. And then for those slightly longer, if you need a little bit longer, there's a 20-minute version as well. And I've also got an hour version, but I can't envisage any bits of gluing that are going to take an hour to sort of set up. And then last but not least, your good old super glue that I'll be using for non-structural parts, really. So things like ankle pistons, hip pistons, things like that, things that aren't taking any weight, that are just being glued onto the model. We'll just use regular super glue. So that's it, that's the start of the Titan. Next thing is going to happen is this bucket's going to get filled up with washing up liquid and hot water, and then that's it for the night, and I'll be back on this tomorrow morning scrubbing and cleaning. So this is the first update. Any questions you've got, ideas, comments, let me know, give me a shout, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers guys.